Hello friends. Gonna do something a little different today. Of course, it's something that everybody's sick of right now. Face masks. I wanted to show you how I make my single-use Omega Fold disposable, face masks out of table napkins, paper table napkins. So, what we will use are napkins from the dollar store. Actually, just about all of this is from the dollar store. So we've got paper napkins around the approximate size of 12 inches square, rubber bands, Scotch tape, twist ties, and a stapler. I have my fancy stapler. You can buy a stapler at the dollar store. Or if you are in the UK, one of your pound stores. I was told that one of them is called Pound World, and everybody here in the US thinks that's hilarious. Not sure if I want to explain why. But anyway, you can get all kinds of fun designs for napkins at the dollar store here. So I think I'm going to use these, the Bam Pow ones. So I'll get this opened up. And, okay. Got my napkin here, and I'm going to open it up this way first and see it's only printed on the one side. So that's going to be our outside. And we'll open it up this way. And then I will get out just a plain white one. And these happen to be a lot thinner, but they're also a lot more tissue-like. And since tissues seem to be used a lot as filters, I think it'll make a good inner lining. So I'm going to lay that down there and open that out. And then we will take 2 twist ties. Alternately, if you don't have twist ties, but maybe you've got like pipe cleaners, chenille stems, fuzzy wire, go ahead and use that instead. It looks like about a 4-inch piece. I'm going to lay that, can you see that? I'm going to lay that right there, just shy of the center fold there. And I'm going to tape that in place with my clear tape. Any kind of tape will work. Use masking tape, I don't care. Packing tape, whatever you've got. Okay, so we've got our nose piece in place, and now we're just going to fold this back over so that we've got a 4-layer piece, approximately 6 inches by 12 inches. Now, to do the Omega fold, we're going to fold the bottom up 1/3. So you want this to be the same width as this. So we're going to fold that up and crease it. And then we're going to take this edge and fold it back down to the bottom. And crease it. Now we take this edge at the top and we're going to fold that all the way down to the bottom. Can you see that? See, all the way down to the bottom. And crease that. And then we'll take that same edge and fold it up to the top. And crease there. And that gives us our pleats. And the side with the split down the middle is the inside, the side that goes toward your face. And the side that's just flat is the side that faces out toward everybody else. Okay, so to keep those folds where you want them, we're just going to do a quick little staple on each end. And the direction your staples go for this step does not matter because it's going to get covered. Okay, so we've got our paper mask piece folded up the way we need it. Now we need our earpieces. For that, we're going to use rubber bands. This is an assorted bag that I got from the dollar store. So you know, they've got all of these sizes in there. I'm using this size. I would assume that if your napkins are large enough and maybe, you know, your face is small enough, this next smaller size down would work. But for normal adults with a normal size napkin, use the bigger ones in the assortment. And I'm going to flip this over so that the outside is facing up. And I'm going to take this end and I'm going to fold it over once, about a 1/2 inch. Okay, about a 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to take my rubber band and lay that right where that edge folds in. And then I'm going to fold it over one more time. And you'll see that encloses that first staple that we put there. And the reason that we're rolling toward the outside rather than the inside is that these corners do irritate if they're up against your face. You wouldn't think that they would, but I tried it and I did not like having them inside the mask. Having them on the outside is the way to go. We got it like that, and then we're going to take our stapler and we're going to staple upside down so that the flat part of the staple is on the inside and the prongs are coming to the outside. So we're going to staple once there and once there. And there's that side done. Then we'll go over to this side and do the same thing. Fold up once, lay in our rubber band, fold up again, and staple upside down. And there is a very nice single-use face mask. And to use it, you just grasp your edges, pop it open like that. Your chin goes here. This part goes over your nose. I have seen so many people out with their noses hanging out of their masks. Don't do that. It totally negates the point of wearing a mask. You're still breathing out into the air. So, okay. Cover your nose. Chin in here, mouth here, nose here. And then you have your twist tie here that can form over your nose, and then your rubber bands. Give them a little stretch before you put it on, and that'll make it a little bit more comfortable. Pop that over your ears. And this should keep you comfortably masked. They only last for about a half an hour because they're paper. They absorb the moisture, and when it starts getting saturated with the moisture that you're breathing out, the holes in, you know, the pores in the paper will swell shut, making it more difficult to breathe through. So after you're done using it, just take it off and throw it away. Or burn it, or whatever it is that you do with your paper trash. So that's how I do it. And I'm hoping that that was easy enough that nobody can have an excuse to not have a mask when they go to the grocery store or anywhere else you have to go, because I am concerned for people. I learned today that in the UK their public interaction recommendations are about the same as what the US's was 2 months ago, where they were telling us that we shouldn't wear masks because they need to be saved for healthcare workers, and that homemade masks are ineffective, and so not to worry about it. Which on a certain level, those statements are true. If you're buying medical grade masks to use for personal use, yes, you are taking away, supplies that the healthcare workers need. But if you're making homemade masks, you're not. And also the statement about the effectiveness of using a mask. When they say that it's ineffective, what they mean is that it is ineffective at protecting you from being infected by other people. What it is effective for is protecting others from you should you happen to be an asymptomatic COVID carrier. And as we know now, from a few populations being tested completely regardless of symptoms, roughly half the people that get tested but feel fine, or no, roughly half the people that tested positive for the SARS-CoV-2 virus did not have any symptoms at all. So half the people were sick, but half the other people were not sick, but they were contagious. So that's not good. And because nobody's testing people that don't have symptoms, we can't know whether or not we are a danger to the people around us. So we need to be loving our neighbors by putting these masks on whenever we go out into a public space, because it is just the kind and considerate thing to do, regardless of whether or not you like doing it, because we want other people to be kind and considerate of us. So I'll do one more here just so that you can see again. And I'll sit and make a pile of these before I have to go on an errand run, because I always put a new one on before I go into another store. And then I just have a pile of them to pitch when I get home. Staple there. And staple there. Okay. One fold, one rubber band, second fold, two upside down staples. If you can't get your hands on rubber bands, I have used loops made out of thin strips of t-shirt, like half inch wide strip of t-shirt, pulled to form a string, and then you just staple the ends of this t-shirt string to your mask when you're stapling your fold, and that works just fine. Did you see what I did there? I didn't put my rubber band in. That's what I get for not paying attention. Okay. All right, rubber band, kind of essential. Must have the ear loops. Okay. One and two and face mask complete. There we go. Thank you for watching. I will see you again next time. Bye.